Hello everybody, he is back. Yeah, had a little break, had a little holiday. I've been working a lot, but I'm back now. And today I'm just going to look over the summer tests. Most of the series have finished now. I believe Scotland's got one more game. Yeah, that's kind of the only major one is Scotland-Uruguay, which is next week, but you can kind of judge them after that. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So we're going to start off with the All Blacks England, which obviously the All Blacks took this test 2-0. Pretty unsurprising there at Eden Park. They've got a crazy unbeaten streak there. But yeah, it did look likely that England might have taken one of the tests. I mean, the first test ended 16-15, so 1 point in it. Second test was 24-17, I believe. Yes. So it was tight in both games. I think Barrett, again, proved why he's one of the best players in the world and why you should never ever doubt him. I also think that the All Blacks weren't actually that great. I thought it was more tight because the All Blacks were poor more than England were great. I didn't think England were terrible, don't get me wrong. I think you're starting to see Borthwick's plan kind of since the tail end of the Six Nations. You've started to see maybe it slowly click together. And I actually believe in a couple of years, I think England and Ireland will swap as the dominant Six Nations team. Again, they kind of do this fairly frequently, and I think it's coming up soon. But yeah, New Zealand take that test. Next up, we're going to go over the Australia-Wales. Now the Aussies again went 2-0. Fun fact is that the Australians are actually the most in-form international team in the world. If you look at wins in the most recent games, I think they're the only team to win 4 in a row. So, yeah, that's quite interesting actually, isn't it? The team that got grouped in the World Cup, which is one of their worst results under Eddie Jones, and they've come back and actually become under Joe Schmidt already. I mean, I know one of the games were under Eddie Jones, but most info, that's quite funny to me. But anyway, they beat Wales 2-0. First game ending 25-16, second game ending 36-28. So two fairly solid games. I did think the scoreline kind of projected the match. It was a decent game, just Australia were slightly better. I think Wales have got a long way to go, and I think everyone knows that Wales have got a long way to go. I mean, they had to score a last minute to win it by a point against the Queensland Reds. That's how, national teams should be well clear of club teams, no matter where you're from. Well, top national teams and top club teams. If you put a Toulouse against, miles down the pecking order, say a rugby nation that's not really known to be a rugby nation, they'd probably win. But yeah, now Wales, again, I think this is all just experience for them. I do think this practically bringing in a fresh new crop of young players will help them in the long run. I think that in a few years down they will be really good because the whole team is kind of learning together and the whole team is young and ambitious together, which I do think will serve them 2-3 years down the line when they've got that experience, when they've got the skill level to match it. But for now they are going to struggle, they really are. But yeah, and then next up is obviously kind of the headline one, South Africa versus Ireland. This one ended 1-1. I did say it would. First game ended 26-20 to the Boks. Second one with that fine Frawley last minute drop goal, 24-25 to the Irish. What a double series. What we need a third. We needed a third. It's just such a good series. I love it when these two teams play. I think it's one of the best rivalries out there, non-traditional rivalries, if that makes sense. So You've obviously got your usual rivalries: South Africa, New Zealand, Ireland, England, Scotland, England, all that. And then, South Africa, Ireland historically has kind of just been two good teams playing each other. But really over the last couple of years it's turned into quite a rivalry. World champions versus, are Ireland still the best team in the world? Maybe. I'm not sure on that. I don't know if the Boks are slightly better now, but yeah. What a test series. I think that, I don't know what much else to say. Both teams played incredibly. Yeah. And then obviously we got the last one, Scotland's tour to the US, the best one of all. They went 3-0. They put 73-12 on Canada, 42-7 on the US, and 52-11 on Chile. I think that it's been good development for Scotland. I have got a video coming out soon on the youth of Scotland and actually how bright the future is, especially with the under-20s result and them coming back up to the championship. I know it was embarrassing them being down in the trophy. I did go to a few of them because they were in Edinburgh. It was a good day out. Good to meet some of the players and that. But yeah, development was key in that one, and they have treated it, apart from the US game, which apparently the US told them to play their first team, which I think was a bit stupid of the US, because obviously the Scotland first team's going to thump them. I know they didn't, but they didn't need to. They did enough. I'm going to be honest, I've completely forgotten my train of thought because it's been like 10 minutes in that cut, but Scotland's tour, good development. I think that we've seen some solid players coming up, and there's some players we haven't seen before, some first caps, and some players have brought themselves forward a little bit. So very exciting to see how that develops. See how many players maybe get in the autumn. I mean, you've got a couple of games like Fiji and Portugal who you might be able to play a couple of lesser teams without showing disrespect to them, and then from there maybe throw them in against an Australia, then possibly some of the smaller teams like in England again in the Six Nations. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and until next time, I shall see you later.